little Paul Linden trick. One of my mentors, Paul, works with traumatized people quite a lot, so he's learned a very gentle approach. So tissues, you can't do this one at home, so I'm not going to get everyone to do it if you haven't got a partner, but one of the things we'll do is throw tissues at people, just because you don't traumatize people with a tissue, and you're unlikely to have someone's eye out, you know. So always ask consent, even though that's just good practice. So can I throw at your belly? Yeah? Okay, and Matt notices he has any response, right? In this case, it looked like no, but can I check?
Yeah, again, but it's kind of no.
It's a little bit. Yeah. So he's sort of fine-tuning his awareness at this point to some quite subtle things, yeah? Then I could escalate that to a kind of higher level if that wasn't having an effect. So can I throw it at your face this time? He's done this to me before, so I'm going fairly quick. Okay. A bit more of a response there or not? How was that?
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a flinch.
Yeah, you might have noticed this. I always try to help the client identify rather than just tell them what they did, because that's more empowering to them. Then we could go up scale, so that's probably enough for him. I don't want to keep going up if he's having a response. So do you want to swap roles? So like a level 3, throw out my face and shout. Yeah. Give it a bit of a rah, you know. Give it a bit of a welly. Yeah.
Rah.
Okay, so maybe there's some response. There's other things we can work with, like grabs. You want to do a grab? Yeah. Okay. Not with pulling, just in the spot. If he's pulling, I can't tell what's my response. So on the spot, 2 hands. Yeah.
Ah.
I notice he's having a response doing it, but I notice I'm having a bit of a clenching my belly, and I'm, you know, even though it's an exercise, part of my brain knows this is an exercise, my neocortex, but the primitive part of my brain is going, there's a guy grabbing me, I want to fight him.
Yeah? I noticed my toes kind of like, there's that kind of, do I need to run?
Okay, next we can work with words. Okay? So you can work with an insult or a feedback, a piece of feedback or something difficult message. Now, if you're doing this at home, you can just say it to yourself out loud. We do this 100 times a day in our own heads, actually. If you've got a partner, even better. The thing is, if I'm partnering with Matt, I tell him what to say. Okay, if I'm receiving, I tell him what to say. He doesn't just start making stuff up, because maybe he tells me I've got a big nose, and actually I'm super self-conscious about my nose, so I don't want to say that. So I'm going to tell him, again, something like a 5 out of 10 of stress. Not the most traumatic thing in the world. I was teaching a workshop a few days ago, and someone said, "You're a bad mother." I was like, "Oh, that sounds a bit hard. Are you okay?" And I can see it was too triggering, you know. So let's say you're not very good at yoga. You shouldn't be teaching yoga. I've already triggered myself a little bit, actually. I can feel it. So if you would.
You're not very good at yoga. You shouldn't be doing yoga, Mark.
This is my civilized response, which is, let's talk about that. Yeah. But I can actually feel in my body a slightly different response. My hands doing this, which is kind of a precursor to hitting someone. It's part of the fight response, okay? So I'm noticing that in my body and I'm centering. So ABC, aware, balanced, core relaxed. Same as sitting down. Yeah, now you say the same thing again.
Mark, you're not very good at yoga. You shouldn't be doing yoga.
So I still feel a response, but it's less. It's less, okay? But don't believe me, test it, and you can do it to yourself. I could just say, "Mark, you're not very good at yoga." I can do it to myself. It works just the same, okay? Thank you very much.